What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. This week is gonna be an amazing week, right? We had a great week last week. So with this week, it should be the same. Just remember there's a lot of things that's happening in the market, especially for this week. We got a few stuff going on. But before I get into all of that, I wanna first say I want to give God all the thanks and all the glory for waking me up this morning, the opportunity to trade, to make money, but also help people make money and help people to change their lives as well. So with that, guys, I'm gonna jump in. Before anything, I'm not gonna not say nothing with this beautiful lady sitting beside me.
Morning.
So right there, it's always two of us trading. So with that said, I'm gonna go over and switch over to my charts. So let me switch over to my charts for you guys. Now let's get it started. So then let me pull up.
Put your volume on. Move that to the side. Okay. Hey guys. Do you want screen or no?
All right.
Do you want to put the screen on or no?
Let's see. Share screen.
That one.
This one.
Yep.
All right, guys. So market is gonna open in 2 minutes. What I'm looking at right now, I like Adobe to the upside. On the week, it looked good, right? So I like Adobe to the upside. I forgot to put my alert on this. So I'm looking for Adobe to break. So if Adobe breaks,
Looks like it's working.
Adobe broke.
You got a couple seconds left. So the market opens.
All right, we got a couple seconds before the market open, guys. So go ahead, make sure I have this. So market is open. All right, amazing. I love what Adobe is doing right now. I like the pullback that's happening. I have Meta right now that has a 2-2 reversal on the week. So let me look at that because I have my alerts that I set up over the weekend. Fuck, Meta gap up. Damn it. And I know it was going to gap up too. So Meta had a very nice candle right here at the end of the week, which told me that it was going to gap up, right? But because it gap up, one of the things that you guys have to realize is that with options, all the contracts are at a premium right now when the market opens. So you want to make sure that you're taking your time with your trades. Let the market cool down for the first 15 minutes. If you have your trade set up and you trade, um, go ahead and take the trade. But for the most part, today's Monday. You don't want to get caught in anything, right? So you just want to be patient and wait. Um, some of the things that I was looking at for this week, Apple has earnings this week. Apple gapped up a little bit, but if Apple comes down here and close this gap, which is looking like it's coming down to close the gap, if Apple pops up, right, that should be a call right there as well. Um, I was looking at Apple, but now Apple at the same time have a lot of sell right in that 210 area. Okay. But I feel like with the momentum that's going on, we could see a push going into this week because of earnings. So right here we have Apple popping up right now. There we go. You have to wait. I'll say, guys, just be careful. It's still within the same first 5 minute didn't happen yet. Wait on this first 5 minute at least to happen. Let's see some kind of momentum going. I know that Apple should and probably run, but either way, they might bring it down here. I'd like to see it come down here first, at least bounce off the 50 line. And when it bounce off the 50 line, then you could take it. So now Adobe broke. So Adobe broke my level. So at this point, let me see right here. Yeah, Adobe's a call right now, guys. So I would take Adobe on a call. Damn, shit happened so fast.
You get in?
Yeah.
All right, we are in
So I'm
Adobe.
in Adobe calls right now,
Mm,
up 10% already on Adobe,
12%.
up 12% on Adobe.
What are you doing?
Sorry, I hit the wrong thing. All right, guys. So if you joining me right now, I'm in Adobe Calls. Okay, I'm in Adobe Calls. Right. My target on Adobe is gonna be right here at the first target is gonna be 375. Right. Right now we're up 14%. So if you're up 14%, you could take a trim. If you want to take a trim at 14%, you could take a trim at 14%, lock in some profits. Right. But this should push up. Remember, today is the first day, okay, of the week. With the week, I like how the week is looking because the week popped up. This is an outside bar, so it's an engulfing candle. Some people will call it an engulfing candle, right? But this is called an outside bar and strat, which I'm gonna teach in a boot camp a little bit later. But this right here, target, the weekly target should be up. The first target is what I would call uh man, a psych level, right? Sorry, a psych level. So the psych level is gonna be 375. But remember this, today's Monday. So what can happen is it can pull back and then in the middle of the week it could push up. So that's why I'm telling you guys when you're in your trades to make sure that you're taking some form of profit. Okay? Today's Monday. Mondays are always tricky. Okay? So make sure you're taking your profits. All right. So for those of you who are just joining me, right? If you're looking at my screen right now, I got two screens, but I'm in Adobe Calls right now. Okay. So I'm in Adobe Calls right now. Coin is looking decent too. Right here. If this closes, if coin closes right here above this 50 and leave a hammer like this and then break, then this will be a call. And my Google puts. I'm looking at Google for puts. Google might not break, but let's see. So I have a few alerts in here. I like GS. Man, I like GS. But GS broke to the upside. It's right at the 200. But it hit. The reason why I didn't look at GS because see how it hit target already?
Mm-hmm.
And it's too close. So that's why I didn't look at GS. GS on the week looked good, right?
Once it breaks,
Yeah, once it breaks.
could have put an alert for once it breaks the weekly.
Then I was looking at Home Depot.
A
Home Depot is
contract.
a call. Yeah. But I liked Home Depot though. That's the
What
thing.
goes?
Um I liked Home Depot.
Didn't hit target. Pretty much.
I like Home Depot to the upside too. But mm. All right, guys. So if you're just joining me in right now, I'm in Adobe Calls. Okay. I'm in Adobe Calls. If you're just joining me right now, I'm in Adobe Calls. I think I didn't put my alert on MasterCard. MasterCard. I wanted to have the alert on MasterCard. 637. That's good. All right, guys. So if you just joining me right now, again, I'm in Adobe Calls. I took Adobe Calls. Um, I'm putting this alert in on Mastercard because Mastercard was one of the plays I was looking at as well. Um, so with Adobe, Adobe broke the weekly, which shows not wrong chart. Adobe broke the weekly, which shows a good sign. But also I have a level up here at 174 that
374.
374 that Adobe should be touching. That's why I have you here, babe, because I be saying
Mm-hmm.
some stuff that don't make any sense sometimes. But right here, we're still good right here. I like how the candles are looking. If you notice, I have my lines from last week as far as my targets, right? And the great thing about my targets is that it came down, right? And almost tests my target right here, right? Came down, almost test my target right there. So for the next 4 minutes, um, even if we stay within this range, what we want to look for is a break above here and a break above here, which definitely will definitely push it to my target. That's why a lot of times I say wait. You can wait for the first 15-minute candle before you react to the market, let the market settle. But in any case scenario, a when you have a setup and when you have an alert, right? You want to make sure that when that alert goes off, you already took your time to see the setup and put your alerts in. So when that alert goes off, you take your trade. Okay. So based on that, right now I'm in Adobe call to the upside, and my first target is going to be 375, actually 374.50, and then afterwards it's going to be 379, right? So right now we're we should be in the green. Let me see. Right now I'm at break even right now, and I'm in, let me tell you what calls I'm in.
370
370 calls
for this week.
for this week. So just to let y'all know, I trade with my wife every day. So with that, when I'm trading, she's the one that's pulling the trigger on the trades. I just tell her when to get in and she pulls the trigger on the trades. That way I can make it easier for me to pay attention to the charts and also help other people at the same time, right? So she's doing the same exact thing, that if I'm giving you guys signals, she's taking at the same exact time as well, right? We're looking at MA as well. Once MA breaks, I don't want MA to break right now. Once MA breaks, day high right here, this will be a call. but I really don't want MA to break yet. Nice candle on MA, by the way. If right now what I'm looking at, I would like for MA the we have 2 minutes left in this candle. I want MA to basically come right back down on the new 15-minute candle, retrace a little bit, bounce off of VWAP. It's gonna fucking break. Bounce off of VWAP and then break the previous 15, which is this one, and then that will be a call to the upside. This look like it's gonna break, guys, for the but again, even if it breaks right here, I wouldn't take it because we have 2 minutes left in the 15 at that point. When I took Adobe based on it breaking within the first what 5 minutes. So I took Adobe on that one. So Adobe calls. I'm watching MasterCard for calls as well. I have my alert set up on MasterCard, so that's fine. Um, all the banks was looking good. Look at this, babe. That's why I was saying the banks GS, but the targets was like super close, right? That's why I didn't jump into GS, but I was looking at JP Morgan as well. And JP Morgan already broke right there. Says up the dollar. Microsoft I was looking at. Microsoft had a good thing as well. Microsoft have earnings this week, right? In a couple days. So because Microsoft have earnings in a couple days, you have to watch that as well. A lot of these contracts too, guys, they might be so for some of them, like Microsoft might be a little bit high on the contracts because you're gonna have earnings this week, right? So you have to pay attention to that. On Adobe right now, we're up 3% on Adobe. Okay, up 3% on Adobe. All right, so let me go back to see Meta. Meta is lovely as well. Look at that. All of these are looking lovely to the upside. All right, guys. So if you're just joining me right now, I'm in Adobe calls. Okay, so I'm only in Adobe calls. That's it. I'm in Adobe calls. I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for the retest at VWAP and a break. Okay, so MA broke right now. MA broke. It doesn't have a top on it. Okay, it doesn't have a bottom on the wick. So let it pull back a little bit first. Let MA pull back. I wanted to pull back and test VWAP. She might not, but it's okay. Um, if the spread is horrible, then don't even look at it. What's the spread? Okay. All right, here we go on Adobe, guys. Adobe is pushing right now, so we're in Adobe calls. We haven't jumped into MasterCard yet. Like I said, I would like to see MasterCard pull back first and test VWAP. Meta also, Meta came back down right here. So if you're paying attention to Meta as well, a break above this 15 will be a call on Meta. So these strategies that I use, guys, these strategies are called breakout strategies, right? So there we go. As far as Adobe, Adobe should be good. If you guys jumped into the Adobe's a good sign right now. We just broke the previous 15. We're above VWAP. So with right here, our first target, like I said, like I mentioned, my first target is going to be 74, 374.50.
Is there a bottom on that?
No, there's no bottom. So we could pull back potentially to VWAP test previous day high, bounce off of that and continue. Look at Meta too, guys. Meta is pushing up. Meta didn't break yet, so I wouldn't say Meta is a call as yet. Meta is still within that range. Okay, so MasterCard looks better. MasterCard looks better. Let's see what this 5 minute does right here. Looking at SPY. Let me take a look at SPY for you. All right, so SPY looked good to the upside as well, but let me see. SPY gapped up. SPY up $2 already for the day. On the week, looked good. SPY also gap up on the week. Um, One of the things that I was looking at, guys, is you could get trapped. So that's why when you're doing your trades, make sure that you're taking profit. Um, Even though I tell you guys, say for instance for Adobe, target is 370, 374.50. Don't wait till it get to 374.50 if you're up 30-40%. Don't do that. Trim some of your profit at least. On SPY, if you guys could see, I know you're on hey Trap, I know you're on TikTok, so you're not seeing my screen. But right now on the monthly time frame, right? We are bearish on the monthly time frame. On the top, we went and we rejected VWAP. So in a sense, I always look at the bigger time frames as well, meaning that we have 2 days left. This can potentially fall back down, right? So with that, if you're going in a call, right, for today, I wouldn't jump into the call until, like, a lot of these charts look the same, right? Adobe looks similar, um, Mastercard looks similar. The nice thing about SPY is it's testing VWAP, so it tests VWAP, bounce off of VWAP on the 15 minute, right? Same thing that Adobe is doing. Now with this, if we break the previous 15 minute candle on SPY, we're coming down. Okay. So, but if we break above right here, above, what's this? 553.54. If we break above there, then our next target should be right around 562. So right now, the only thing I'm in right now is Adobe calls. Okay. So I'm in Adobe calls right now. Okay. I'm in a 370 call on Adobe.
Yeah.
Did you get that, Trap? I didn't see. I don't see if I answered your question or not. Anybody else looking at anything specific? Let me know. Right now, I'm only in Adobe calls. Palantir is pushing.
Oh wow.
Palantir is pushing. Palantir gonna let me regret selling it. Should have bought it back down here, but there's so much damn thing going on. Let's see here. Microsoft. I like Microsoft. Microsoft bounced off the 50, which is nice. Let me take a look at Adobe. Adobe's right on VWAP right here. My 15-minute is testing VWAP as well. So Adobe's testing VWAP and day high, previous day high, right? So it's using that as support level. So we wanted to hold that support level. If anything, if it breaks below this 15, then we might see the market go down. Okay. Um, I was looking at thing two. Oh, wrong chart. Where's my Adobe? Apple pushed back up. I see Apple over 210. So Apple pushed back up as well. Oh, Apple did push up. Yeah, Apple did push up. All right, so let me see. What's up, TikTok? Let me know if y'all looking at anything. Right now I'm only in Adobe calls. Okay, so that's the only thing I'm in right now, Adobe calls. And let me know also in the Discord. Let me know if y'all looking at anything as well. Let me know if y'all looking at anything as well in the Discord. I'm looking at all the stuff that I have. None of my alerts go off yet. So Google, I know for sure. I'm watching Google. But Google on the 15-minute is bouncing off the 200, which is, oh, why did my Google alert go off? Google broke. Hmm. That was this morning.
The 28th, yeah, at 9 something.
Hmm. I thought I had an alert on Google. All right, so I'm still in Adobe calls, guys. That's the only thing I'm in right now. Um, on Mondays can be tricky, so that's why I say make sure that you're taking your trades. When you take your trades, make sure you trim. Okay. So right here, MasterCard is doing the same thing as Adobe. So what we would like to see right now is just a pop up above here. As long as we stay within this range, we're good. MasterCard already pop up for the day, broke for the day. So I'm looking for MasterCard to go to the upside. MasterCard came down, test the 50, bounce off the 50, and then push up. So I'm looking for MasterCard to continue up. So the first take profit, it almost hit. I always tell people when I use the strategy to trade, so with that, I always look at the body of the candle. A lot of times they will say, the high, the previous day high. Well, the previous day high could be a wick, right? Which is it's a wick. So with that, the first part that we know that you have a 95% chance of it touching, especially when it comes to forex, is the body. It will respect the body most of the time, if not all of the time, right? So if you look at where the body is of the candle, if I draw a line at this body right here, you could see that it almost went and touched it exactly, right? Didn't touch it exactly, but where it opened at was, where's my price? This is covering my price. So where it opened at was um 5 537.74, and the high is at and the high is at 537.53, right? So that tells you right there that that's a level that it respects, right? Now, once it comes and break over here, break over this high, we can expect it to go up and test that high. Now, if you always look left, I tell people always look left, there's levels. So that same line that I drew, if you look left, you could see that over here it respected almost the same area. You'll see a lot of resistance in that area right there, right? So, in a sense, that's the body, that's the candle. So, if you look left, you'll see all of that right there, right? So, you have to pay attention to your candle, pay attention to your levels, right? But MasterCard, I like MasterCard to the upside. I'll just wait on MasterCard for the break of MasterCard. All right, so MasterCard is respecting right now VWAP, right? So a break, once MasterCard hold, my yellow line right here is previous day high. So once MasterCard come in, hold this level right here, keep VWAP as support and previous day high and break this, then we could see a call. Okay. Now one of the things that I say, we have 10 seconds before, right? One of the next things I say is that because we had a big push last week, you might see a retracement down, and this happened later on in the week, right? So that's why a lot of times I always tell people, hey, take profit, okay? Take profit, because at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, you hold on to a contract, and that contract, you might be up on it, and then all of a sudden, listen, you wait till the end of the week, and by the end of the week it will come up. But if you hold it during the week, right, you might drop down 50%, 60%, 70%, and at the end of the week it hit your target, but now you're at break even, or you're still down because you bought it on Monday in the beginning of the market. So it's best if you just cut where you have your stop loss, right? Just cut where you have your stop loss, and then that's it. My stop loss on Adobe will be right at the day low. Okay, right at day low. So right here, yeah, Meta gapped up. Didn't like that. Meta gapped up. Meta came right back in. Microsoft is chilling right now. What happened?
What happened?
No, I saw like talk to me, babe.
Oh, I
Talk
was
to me.
looking at
Talk to me,
something.
babe.
Nothing. Morning, Crypto Jam.
What's up, Crypto Jam? hold on. So why is this? Oh, that's a different thing. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? All right. So the only thing I'm in, like I said, is Adobe calls right now. My stop on Adobe is gonna be
And you guys were up.
um we had trimmed some, right?
So
Yeah. So we was up a little over 12%.
it was almost
Oh,
15%.
15%. We was up 15%. Okay. So the thing is this, guys, when y'all see me right here, I'm just looking at the charts. So if y'all listening into Discord, I'm just looking at the charts. That's what I'm doing, right? Then I have my wife beside me because she trades with me, right? And she strictly just do buy and sell, right? She knows the charts, all that stuff as well. But what I make sure is I'm as soon as I say buy, she's buying it, right? There's nothing to it versus all right, I'm looking at the charts right here, then I have to click over to another screen, get in the contract, buy the no,
It's too much.
I'm not doing that, right? So instead of that, or even, instead of that, I just say, all right, this is what I'm doing. And once it breaks, then that's it. Get in the trade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with Adobe, my stop on Adobe is gonna be if it break day low. Okay, that's gonna be my stop on Adobe. But right now we're in Adobe calls. On Google, the thing that I didn't like about Google, like you guys noticed, I mentioned this earlier too, right? I have a put for Google because Google reversed on the day, right? But the thing that I don't like about Google is that Google is right at the 200. So the
Okay.
first 15 minute came down, bounce off of 200. Second one came down, bounce off of 200. Third one came, bounce off of 200. Now, if this 15-minute candle ends as an inside bar, meaning it doesn't break the low or the high of this candle, the previous candle, whichever direction that it breaks,
Yeah, I'm taking
I'm taking it.
it.
There's no question. I'm not asking. No, I'm just taking it, right? Because it's a double inside. And at that point, with a double inside, when you see a double inside candle, whatever direction it breaks to, you're going to have more momentum going towards that direction. So if Google right now stays within this 15-minute candle and the next 15-minute candle that comes in, whichever direction it breaks, I'm taking it. Now, if it break to the downside, then it supports what I originally looked at, which was the reversal on the day, right? But if it break to the upside, that could mean it's more momentum to the upside. While this, what I'm looking at is for Google to come up because it's been rejecting off of VWAP, right? And they all close below VWAP. So right now I'm looking for Google to push up, but eventually reject VWAP and come back down. But let's see on Google. on on uh on Adobe, if Adobe doesn't break the day low, break my stop loss, I'm still looking for it to go up. If Adobe doesn't break day low, pop up right here, close above VWAP, which I'm looking for. If it close above VWAP, next 15-minute come, test VWAP and break this candle, I'm gonna put more money in it. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm putting more money in Adobe at that point. All right,
How
so
much time in 15? 8. Okay.
yeah, we got 8 more minutes
Yeah,
on the
time.
15. So we got time on the 15. Let me know what y'all looking at in the Discord. Let me know what y'all looking at as well. Let me know if y'all made any trades already for the morning. Like I said, on the monthly time frame on some of these, the monthly time frame is a killer, right? Google already have its earnings. So with Google, if you look at Google's monthly candle, Google monthly candle isn't that bad. So Google can push up, test VWAP. But all of this, guys, is still bearish. Not bearish, but Google is not bad. Excuse me. I was looking at some of these charts, and some of these charts was just like, yo, They're setting up for a trap on some of these charts. Like SPY, if you look at SPY monthly candle, look at this monthly candle on SPY. That's like you have 2 days left, right? This can come, this can push back down, right? Think of it as a candle that breaks and is playing around. A 15-minute candle that breaks is playing around, right? And you got 2 minutes left in a 15-minute candle. You have to look at a monthly candle the same way, but it takes a little bit longer. So with me, I'm looking at it as in the next 2 days, this candle can come back down. Now, how far down? I'm not expecting it to come back down to 481 at the low. But in a sense, they can trap people by saying, "Oh, we're bullish." But on the monthly time frame, we're still a bearish candle. Okay? We're still a bearish candle. So at the end of the day, we still can pull drop back down. So you have to look at, I always look at before I go into a trade, especially for the new week, always take time to look at your weekly candles, what your weekly candles look like, what your monthly candles look like, and then your daily candles, and then you go down from there from time frame, right? So with Adobe, I like Adobe candle, right? And Adobe is on my Adobe was on my watch list because Adobe had a good drop, but Adobe candle again is bearish. Okay. So my trade, I'm not looking to take Adobe up to no eight, nine, no $400, right? Some people would say, yo, I want to move on. No, my target is very simple based on the daily candles, right? For me, on the weekly is an outside bar or an engulfing candle. So with that, it broke the weekly. Now, I mentioned earlier, this can pull back down to VWAP, which is 352. This can pull back down to VWAP, then bounce off, like say for instance Thursday morning or Wednesday, and then it pushed back up to target, right? Today's Monday, so you have to be careful when you're trading. Make sure you're taking your profit. Don't sit in a trade and then let the trade reverse on you. Okay, my first target is 350, 374.50. That's my first target on Adobe. Second target is gonna be 380 basically, because it's gonna be like 390, 379 and change. If you look at my candle right here, the body of this weekly candle is right here. The open of the candle is 380 right there. But when you look at my day chart, if you look up here, you also have a little sell area, which we might have some sell pressure right around 376, which is going to give us a little pullback, right? That pullback happened, and then you continue up to the target at 379, 379 and change 380. All right. So that's my thing on Adobe. Right now, Adobe is looking good. Like I mentioned, like I mentioned to you guys, if Adobe closes, I just told you guys, if Adobe closes above VWAP, which is above VWAP right now, if Adobe closes above VWAP, does not break this 15-minute,
It means he's about to load the boat.
and then come back down, the next 15-minute, come back down, test VWAP, bounce off of VWAP, break this candle's high, I am loading the boat. I am putting more money in, and then I might trim some at the high of the day and then leave the rest to go to my target. But I know that I'm going to take some type of profit out at that point. Okay. So right now, Adobe is still looking good on my side for Adobe. Nothing, nothing changes on Adobe for me.
Yeah, because it's pushing now. So whoever got in at the bottom should be good.
Whoever got it, because I was down on Adobe probably about 10%, or 8% on Adobe, close to 10%. So let me. So right here, we have 3 minutes left in this candle. So let's see what Adobe wants to do. Let's see what Adobe wants to do. And MasterCard probably mimics the same way. No, MasterCard did not. MasterCard just pulled back down. All right, so if you guys are just joining in right now, the only thing I'm in is Adobe right now. Only thing I'm in is Adobe calls. I had I told you about Nike. I had looked at Nike for a setup on Nike on the day. On the day,
For the reversal to go up.
yeah, I was looking at the reversal to go up on Nike. But also on the weekly, like Nike got beat down, right? But Nike is a divergence on the
Oh God,
weekly.
they got beat down for real.
Yeah,
Should have
Nike.
averaged in. Who owns Nike? Which one of the kids? Probably
Um,
Armani.
I think it's Armani that has Adobe.
No,
Not Adobe. He has Nike in his portfolio. So I'm gonna say I was looking at a stock. So I'll give you guys this stock as well. So there's one stock I was looking at that looks really good to the upside. It might take some time, but it looks really good to the upside, and it's gonna be Enphase. Okay, Enphase has gotten beat down from 300 and something to now it's at $46. So I would say you could buy the stock, right? You can buy the stock on Adobe, and what you will do is you will just, in a sense, you could keep the stock, but I will use the low as 44.80 or $44, right? I'll use $44 as as my stop loss. So in a sense, if end phase drop below there, then you just sell whatever it is. So you lose $2 per stock on whatever you buy. Okay. So if you're buying 100 stocks, then you put $4,600 in, you lose 200 bucks, right? But I'm looking for end phase to go back up to minimum 50 and above. Adobe has not Adobe, but um, Enphase have a great setup as far as day candle. So now Adobe new candle just came in. We closed above VWAP, like I said. All right. So right now we're looking for it. It's testing on VWAP. I want it to come down though. It's just flat. I want it to create a wick, right? I love seeing wicks at the bottom and at the top. If I'm doing a put, I like seeing wicks on the top of the candle. If I'm doing a call, I like seeing wicks on the bottom before, because if I don't see a wick, there's a potential of the candle coming back down to create that wick. So if anything, I like to see a little bit of pullback right here on Adobe to test, right? If it doesn't test, it's okay. But I really like to see it. I would really like to see it just come back down real quick. Come back. There you go. Thank you. So come back down. So it's testing VWAP. So what I'll look for now, I'll look for the break, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll look for the break of this candle. The break of the 15-minute candle, which is uh 369.50, a break of that, and I'm putting more in Adobe. I'm not even asking no questions. I'm putting more in Adobe. So here we go. Bounce off of VWAP. So right now we're gonna wait. Here we're going. We're pushing. We're pushing. Did we already break the five? If we broke the five, it's even a good indication. No, we didn't break the five yet. We're pushing right here. Just want to see a break of this 15-minute. A break of this 15-minute, and I'm loading more up, and I'll cut some, right? I'll take profit at day high. Okay. I'll take some profit at day high. Right now, I just got a signal on Google for shorts, but I'm not looking at, hold on. Is this a weekly candle? This is a daily candle. All right, here we go on Adobe. Watching Adobe right now. All these damn shit going off. Damn, Google just broke. Fuck. No, there's no top on Google.
Okay.
There's no wick on Google. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. You see how Google give me the signal for a short, but even though it give me the signal for a short, I'm not taking it. I'm not comfortable with taking it yet until I see that wick on the top. That's what I was talking about. Okay. I'll wait for the wick to come on the top because we could bounce. And right here, we're at the 200. We keep on respecting the 200. So I'm not really good on Google yet until Google come up and create a wick on the top and then break below that. Right now, though, I'm still in Adobe calls. Google is Google is messing around right here, so I'm still in Adobe calls. That's the only thing I'm in right now. Just waiting for the break right here on Adobe. Adobe's at 369.40, waiting for 10 more cents. 350. We're right at 350, right at the high. Bounce right back down. Drop right back down. It didn't break yet. Didn't break yet. Google is dropping too. Shit.
I asked if you wanted to take that one. Damn, it was a 311. Like
It's a three
perfect.
one. Yeah, I know, babe. I know, babe. I didn't
Perfect
like.
setup.
It is a perfect set. I just it didn't have that. I'm like shit. Google is dropping. There you go. Google is fucking dropping.
Well, hopefully somebody got into Google puts.
Mm. Google on the day is bearish, guys. So we had Google for puts earlier. We had Google for puts earlier from 363. So once it break 363, we was looking for Google puts, but Google was holding on to that 200. So once Google came and did this and it have a 311, which is a perfect setup. Once it break this, then we knew that it was going to drop. I just didn't like the fact that it didn't have that, and I said I was going to take it regardless, but it's okay. It's okay. Target for Google is going to be 361.50. Followed. All right, now we're going in Adobe. Adobe
Okay.
just pop.
Are you in it? Or are you
It
holding on?
it,
No.
it pop, motherfucker. All right, we're gonna go in Adobe right here. This is the new 5 minute. Hold on, let me see the new 5 minute. All right, we're looking for Adobe to push now. We're looking for Adobe to push, retest high. So here we go. I already got in. My wife said we got in already on Adobe. So here we go on the push. Here we go on the push.
Yeah.
Here we go on the push on Adobe. If y'all jump in Adobe, y'all should be in profit. See right here, we have the body. Let's break that. Testing that right there. What is that? Google. Google is popping back up. Google have a divergence on a 5 minute to go back up. All right, guys. So I'm in Adobe calls and I just put more in Adobe calls because just like I mentioned earlier, I was bullish on Adobe. Adobe broke the day high, broke the weekly high, came back down. create it's right now it's a reversal on the 15 minutes to go back up, which I talked about. So with this, I'm looking for it to minimum retest day high, right? With my target at 374.50. That's where the target is gonna be for Adobe.
Hey, Jerry.
What's up, Jerry? So right now, the only thing we're in right now is Adobe calls. My stop on Adobe is gonna be previous 15 low.
Whoever got Google, I'm hurt by that.
Yeah, Google.
Because Google
Google
was
is.
it.
Yeah, Google.
Y'all saw I was about to take it. He's like, no, wait.
Yeah, Google. Google definitely was.
What's the
Google definitely. Google is approaching the target guys at 61.50. So that's gonna be the target on Google.
It's all good.
It's all good, babe.
Can't catch them all.
Can't catch them all. Can't catch them all. Can't catch them all. But let's see right here. All right, so for y'all who's just joining in, we're good right now on Adobe calls. So we're in Adobe calls. Like I said, I'm looking for the push right here. It's so every time you guys have to look at the candles, right? If you look left, there's the body the two previous open candles, right? Right now it's testing the body. It's gonna respect the body, but it have to break above it. I'm not gonna say have to, but damn it, it have to. Uh, it have to break above here to test day high. Remember, once it's testing day high, you guys should be in profit. I don't care what it is. When I told y'all to get in, I was down. So I added more to it. So with that,
It's breaking the
it's
body.
breaking the body right now. First target at this point, the first target is gonna be day high. Okay, remember that. First target is day high, right at 370.95. That's the first target. Your second target will be my original target, which is gonna be 374.50. That's my original target. Okay. So make sure that you're trimming some are taking some off the table. The ones that I loaded up on, I'm going to trim.
When it hits.
I'm telling you right now, I'm going to trim on once it hit day high, I'm going to trim. See, it's respecting the body right here. So it's still respecting the body. Need to see this push. They don't want this to go higher or what? Okay, new 1 hour inside, 30-minute inside. Everything is a 3-1 setup. On the 30-minute 3-1 setup, 1 hour 3-1 setup, 4 hour already broke to go high. 4 hour almost hit target up here based on a 4 hour candle. Um, so let's see right here. All right, so I'm watching this right here.
It's the last 2 minutes and a 15, so usually there's a little pullback.
Yeah. So it's respecting the body right here, guys. So three candles come above here. It's respecting this body right here, right? So that's why I have this line right here. So it's respecting the body. It closed below, open right here, right? But it closed below this line again. So it went up here. Just like I said, you have to look when you're looking at your charts, look left. Because when you look left, you're gonna see where price respect. Okay. So right now it's respecting the body of those candle, which is basically at 370, right? 370 is a psych level. So when you look at it, there's people that are taking profit at 370. Okay. So there's people that are selling at 370 that probably bought earlier in the week, right? That probably bought at 360 or earlier today. They probably bought there. Last week they probably bought in um at 361. So they're taking profit right now. There's people that are taking profit. Okay. So you have to be mindful of that. So when it hit a cycle level of 370, it's gonna play around that area. Okay. Now this is my thing. If it comes in, if this next candle comes in and it breaks this 15, I'm out. Okay. If it breaks this 15, then I'm going to be out. I'm going to close the trade and then re-enter the trade. Right now, um, I'm down 1% on this. So right now I'm down 1%. Okay. Was up 6% just now. Now I'm down 1%. All right.
Remember, before that, you guys were up almost 15%. So
Yeah.
that's why he told you take profit if you see profit.
So right here is rejecting the top up here. Okay. So it reject the body right there. So we have 11 seconds left in this 15-minute candle. Want to see the push. Want to see the continuation. We're above VWAP, which is good. Okay. We're above VWAP. So right now we're still open above VWAP. We need to see the push. If it breaks below this 15-minute, it's going to suck because it's right there at VWAP. It's going to suck. But I have to follow my rule. All right, so we test VWAP, which I'm looking for. But if it breaks this previous 15, then I'm closing my candle. Then I'm closing my trade. Right now, I'm down 1%. My wife got a finger on the trigger, boy. Y'all don't even know. My wife got a finger on the trigger. Be like, yo, let me know. Let me know.
You know me.
All right, Google approaching target, guys. That sucks.
That does. But
It's
hey.
okay. Google approaching target. Google target is gonna be the 161.50. So Google is approaching target. All right, I'm gonna close this, guys. We're sitting on VWAP, which sucks, but yeah, I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna close Adobe. The reason why I close Adobe is because it break below the 15, which shows that it could come back down. It could come back down to 367.85 and possibly the low, right? So it's showing a reversal now on the 15-minute to the downside. So I don't want to take any chances. So with that, I rather take that small loss and then re-enter if anything. And this is the reason why I tell you guys to trim. Okay. That's the reason why I tell you guys to trim, because just now when I loaded
We're
up,
trading options.
yeah, we're trading options. When I loaded up, when I told you guys to load up um, on Adobe, I was up 6%, right? And when I loaded up, I averaged in. So at that point, I was still down when I averaged in. So it was in profit. And this is where I'm telling you guys, like, you
15%.
you have to make sure that you're trimming no matter what. Just take some off the table, because if you don't take some off the table, you're going to start kicking yourself in the ass and say, listen, damn it, man, I was up and now I'm down. Like when we saw the trade, we was up 6%, right? 6%, we was up 6% on it. But then we just took the loss. Imagine being in profit and then have to take a loss, right? But when the reason why I did that is because the simple fact that if it break a level, I'm not waiting to see what happens. I am going to get out. Okay? I've been trading for a while to know certain things and take myself out of emotions, right? So once I see a setup, I'm going to take that setup. But also if I see it break a certain level, then I'm out. I don't care, right? If it comes back down and then bounce off and then go back up, shit, I was right, but I could have been wrong.
Guys, don't forget to follow us at Official George Trades on YouTube, where you're able to see the screen and so forth. So, for those of you that are in the Discord, TikTok, wherever you guys are located, don't forget to follow our, our new page on YouTube just as well. And
Yeah,
if
I
you go
just
to YouTube,
started. I just started a YouTube channel, so yeah.
yeah, so it will be there, and you can see the screens, and you'll be actually be able to follow along and see what he's actually talking about.
Yeah. So right now, if you're on TikTok, you might not see what I'm saying. So um that's why, right? But I hate the fact that I closed it where I closed it
Because it's
because
on VWAP.
it was at VWAP, right? So I hated the fact that I had to close it, but again, it broke my 15-minute level. So right now, where I closed it at, the price dropped a little bit, but now it's back to that level, right? And now we don't know yet because we still have 10 minutes in this candle. So with 10 minutes in this 15-minute candle, we can bounce and continue up, right? If you go down to the lower time frame, the lower time frame will tell you before the higher time frame. Right now, 5 minutes still closed above VWAP, which tell us that it's still bullish. New 5 minute candle is open up, is right on VWAP, right? So a break above this 5 minute candle tells us that it's gonna be bullish, right? Tell us that we're still bullish. It's not that it's gonna be bullish, it's still bullish. On the smaller time frame, I can draw a trend line, and the trend line is showing me that it's higher lows that it's creating, right? So we're creating higher lows on the time frame, but again,
Oh, we have Google to follow.
because yeah, Google is bearish on the higher time frame, so that could just be, this is a reversal on
Yeah,
a
that's what I'm
Google.
just saying. We missed the on a 5 minute the play for 2-2 reversal.
Yeah, and I did say that too because Google have a divergence on the 5 minute. So that's the reversal for the 5 minute on here. Yeah, it's going up to test the 200. It's testing the 200 right now. Mm. That one was one of them too. Excuse me. Everything is in like it's creating an ascending triangle right now. Everything is creating an ascending triangle. Everything has higher lows, right? Everything I'm looking at have higher lows. Microsoft just reversed to go back up to the upside. Yeah, Microsoft looks good to the upside. Let's see on the higher time frame. It's a one. Yeah, we just have a reversal on Microsoft. 30 minute. Look at the 30 minute. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft looks good.
You want to do that?
Does it have our earnings? Microsoft have earnings on Wednesday.
Two. It's a new 32.
Yeah. Let it do this right here. And then let the 5 minute close. Let a 5 minute close above this 200.
Okay.
So let this 5 minute close above the 200. Use the 200 as support and bounce.
I have to go to the
Continue.
window. But shoot, it ain't gonna be bad.
And
Mm.
mm, Microsoft is looking good. Damn it, man. I know some people probably still holding on to Adobe too, you know. There'll be those people. They'll be like, yo, still holding on to Adobe. Adobe still looks good. Adobe still looks good. Um, I just Adobe still looks good. All right, so I'm not in any trades right now, guys. I'm not in any trades right now. I'm just looking at the charts right now. Fuck. See right here. Look at Adobe.
Yeah.
So if Adobe,
If I would have seen that trend line, I would have told you not to,
I
to
know,
sell.
I know, but
But
it broke.
it did.
So it broke the 15 minutes. So I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's creating higher lows on the time frame. Really and truly, the stop loss should have been 67.40 47. The stop loss should have been there, but it's okay.
We'll really see what's gonna happen in this. Oh, new family just started.
If the new 5 minutes start and it breaks above this, then we're gonna have that bullish move.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. Mm, yeah.
Are you getting it or no?
I can't.
All right, Microsoft. We're watching Microsoft as well.
Because the 50 minutes still says what it says.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't see that.
50 minutes still says it's a reversal.
So hold off on that.
50 minutes still says it's a reversal. So you have to respect that. Higher time frame trumps lower time frame. So sometimes you have to be patient, guys. So that's one of the reasons why I don't trade like the first 15, or not say I don't trade. I try not to trade the first 15 minutes of the market open. That's one of the things I try not to do, because if I trade the first 15 minutes of the market, then I can get caught. Just like with Microsoft, we saw a reversal on Microsoft right here, but I told her, I'm like, let Microsoft hold 200 and continue up. Now Microsoft is dumping, so you have to be patient and wait. I like to trade based on a 15-minute candle. The smaller candles, the smaller time frame, kind of give you a way for you to jump in the trade early based on what you're waiting for, right? With Microsoft, it came back down to test VWAP, but it's right at 200, so it's rejecting the 200 EMA on the 5 minute. So these are things that you have to look at and say, listen, I have to be patient and I have to wait. If it doesn't give me the right setup, then I'm not taking it, right? If it does something that it's a reversal, then I'm cutting it. So on Adobe, it was a reversal to the downside. With that downside was the take profit on that was 6367.50, right? Which I could have held, right? I could have held, but in a sense, I didn't because it could drop all the way back down to day low and go below that. So right now, Adobe is still bullish because it's closing above VWAP, right? Which I hate because it's like I close my trade, but it's okay. I like the fact that I close my trade because that's telling me that I'm being disciplined. A lot of times it's like this will happen and you don't close your trade, right? And yeah, it still end up going in your direction, right? And you're saying, man, if I had held, it went in my direction and I would have made money. But then you have those 80% times where it doesn't go in your way and market keep falling and falling. And then instead of taking a small loss, you're now taking a big loss, or you lose your whole damn money because you're saying, man, I'm down so much, I don't want to close my trade. And because you're down so much and you don't want to close your trade, you hold on to the contract. And every minute, every day that goes by, you're losing value on that contract. And now you end up losing all your money. Right. So with that, I rather take the small loss and then look at Adobe and then be like, yo, all right, Adobe is still good, it's still bullish. So I'll take Adobe again if it breaks. Right. Adobe right now is playing sideways, which I don't like. Look, Adobe just popped up and turned green. Give me a hammer on the 15-minute. Mother sucker. um, yeah. So Adobe's still bullish. Still bullish. If y'all held, then great job. But it broke the 15 for me. If you guys want to see my chart, make sure you go over to to um the YouTube channel, or I'm also trading it. It should be it's my chart is being traded on in Discord, right? Yeah. So in the Discord channel, it's also you'll also see it in the Discord channel. Right now, Adobe is gonna be bullish again. Adobe is still bullish to me. So right here, if Adobe pops up again, it's like, yo, do I take it again? Adobe is a call again.
What are you doing?
Take the call. Drag fit the puzzle. What? Here we go on Adobe. So we're back in Adobe.
Same 370 call.
Same 370 calls. Hate the fact that I had to take a loss earlier, but again, it broke my level. Okay. So I'm back in Adobe calls again. Here's this level that is touching on again. Here we go on Adobe. Microsoft is a call too, guys. I just like I don't. Well, Microsoft haven't broke above the 15-minute for me to say it's a call yet, but Microsoft looked like a good option for a call. Not completely yet though, okay? Because it haven't broke above the 15. For Adobe, Adobe broke above my 15. Adobe reverse. If you had kept your contracts on Adobe, then you should be in profit right now. I closed my contract because I saw the reversal. So right now we're up 3% on Adobe right here. Looking for the push again. Right now we're looking for the push again. Microsoft is now a call.
Microsoft too.
You got it, Microsoft? Okay.
392.50 calls.
392.50 calls on Microsoft. So these are my last trades for the day.
Correct.
So
I was just about to say that.
these are my last trades for the day. Right now, she got into Microsoft calls, which I like Microsoft back to the upside. Um, and then we're in Adobe. I got back into Adobe calls. But I don't take no more than three trades for the day. Normally, typically, I only take one. A good day, I take one trade. Most is gonna be three trades. If I take two trades, all right, great. But three trades, I'm done. I'm not taking no more than three trades for the day. If you start taking more than three trades for the day, you're gonna find yourself losing the money that you make in your first two trades or your first three trades. Afterwards, you're gonna find yourself starting losing money. You're gonna start be losing profits, right? Because you're saying, man, you know what? I'm on a win streak, so I'm gonna go ahead. And then you're gonna start giving your profits back away instead of getting up away from the computer and walk away. Okay. So what you want to do is just make sure that you're taking your profit, trim as you go, guys. Make sure that you trim as you go, take your profit. And then from there, like, yo, once you reach a certain level, or once you get a certain amount of money, if you're targeted a certain amount of money for the day, you hit that, then be done. Right. But for me, it's a profitable trade. Okay. So a profitable trade looks like, all right, when it hits certain level, I'm scaling out of my trades so that at any point, then I'm not up 30% and then back down to 0%. And I'm like, holy shit, what just happened? Right? What just happened? So, right here, Adobe is now testing again. It's now testing again where it rejected. So, I'm looking for a break right here. Right? But if it don't break right here, there we go. So now we broke. Okay. So now we broke. So I'm looking for it to continue up to day high before it rejected, come back down. Right. So now I'm looking for the push still on this. If you guys didn't close your trade earlier, then you should be up as far as in profit. Right. But again, I closed my trade earlier because I saw the reversal on the 15 minutes. So that's why I closed my trade. So we're still respecting this area right here. Still respecting this area right within here. Let me look on the 5 minute. See, if you look straight across, it's now one, two, three touches. Close above here, come back in. Doing the same thing. We're doing the same thing like we did the last 15-minute candle. All right, so for those of you who's joining me right now, I'm in Adobe calls and Microsoft calls. Let me know what y'all looking at as far as any charts. If y'all looking at any charts, let me know what y'all looking at. All right. I was talking about a swing trade, and not necessarily say a swing, but more of a stock that you could hold on to for a couple months and get a good return, at least minimum 10% return, because that will be like a $4 move for the first part of it. But I was talking about end phase being one of the trades, that one of the charts that look really good. So let me show you on end phase. Shoot, I took, what did I have over here again? Adobe. So let me put my chart back on Adobe.
I was looking at that for what?
Which one?
Phase.
End phase? No,
I was just looking at this short time.
because
Yeah,
it's a
big wick.
smaller time frame.
Yeah,
But end phase, I like end
you got it.
phase. I like end phase to the upside. See, Adobe is doing the same thing again. Adobe is in an ascending triangle, so it's bouncing within a range, which technically what you should do at this point is, what I should have did was wait, but I saw the reversal again on the 15 minutes. So because I saw the reversal on the 15-minute and I'm bullish on Adobe, I took the trade. Okay. So right now we went up, and then now we're closing again. We're closing again below this line right here, which is the body, like I showed you, close right here. But we're creating higher lows on this time frame as well. Okay. On end phase look amazing on the day. Okay. We have a bullish divergence. We have a bullish divergence on the day, with end phase just starting right here. So a bullish and engulfing on the day. So we're looking at 51 for first target. So you're talking about a 10% return on your investment. Now, what I would do is I'll put a stop um, on end phase at the low, which is 44.83. So that's where I would put my stop on end phase. So I'm talking about buying stocks here. I'm not talking about buying options, right? So in a sense, what does it look like if you were supposed to put, if you put $4,700 in end phase right now? That's you buying 100 stocks, right? That's you buying 100 stocks. That's 4,700. Now you can risk a lot less with options, because I looked at the options, and the options was $1,400 for a 2 year, for a leap contract on end phase, right? So for a leap contract on end phase will be 1,400 when I looked at it. So in a sense, you're saying that end phase is gonna go to $50 within 2 years. Once it hit $50, you would make most likely more than 10%, because 10% of that 4,700 will be about 470 bucks, right? Versus now you'll probably make 470 bucks on that one options, if it happens within a couple days. If it happens within a couple days, you'll make that, but you're risking less by buying the option. But again, with stocks are a little bit less risky than options is. Not a little bit, it's a lot less risky than option is, because now if it drops below here at 44, if it dropped below here at 44.83, then you're only going to lose 200 bucks if you put $4,700 in, versus now if you have options and it drops down here, you might be down more than 200 bucks. So that's the thing with options. All right, so where we at? Let's see. See this? a guarantee on the 30-minute. We're inside bar. And then on
No, we
no,
broke up.
on the 30-minute we broke up to the upside. So we're bullish on the 30-minute
It's a
time
three
frame.
one too. So
It was a 3-1, but it's also a 3-1 on the 1 hour time frame. Um,
no.
the 1 hour time frame is a 3-1 with 1 minute. You have one
Oh
minute
yeah,
left.
1 minute left. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in a sense, it's like the higher time frame is also telling me the 30-minute is telling me that it's bullish. The 1 hour is a 3-1. So basically the stop loss in a sense should be down here, right? At
Mm-hmm.
67.47. Okay. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. I have a hard cutoff at 11 or
You
11:30.
have 2 minutes 11.
Yeah, my wife. Yeah, we have a hard cutoff no matter what. Um, I hate being in trades for this damn long. I don't like being in trades for this long. Okay. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. That's why I like to trade. I like to wait for certain things to happen. That's why we trim some of our contracts earlier this morning. A lot of times when that happened and you trim some and then you'd be like, man, I should have just closed all of them. Right. But that's not the case. Okay. So with this, looking at the higher time frame, looking at the 15-minute, I did something on my 15-minute candle, which, in a sense, if I had looked at the 30-minute candle, I wouldn't have closed it, to be honest. No, because it happened down here, right? Yeah, if I had looked at the 30-minute candle, I wouldn't have closed.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. Yeah, I wouldn't have closed it. Oh, man. All right. So right here, um, we're bullish on the higher time frames for Adobe. So right here, my stop on Adobe, looking at the 1 hour, we have a new 1 hour that's about to begin on the 1 hour. So looking at Adobe right now, my stop is gonna be right at 67.42. That's my hard stop right there at 67.42. Okay. Your stop could be there as well. For you, if you say, listen, you know what, I'm not taking it all the way down there, then that's fine as well. My hard stop is gonna be at 67.42, right? And then for the level, if it break here, again, it's bullish on the higher time frame.
Explain that
So,
over again.
all right.
What it
So
is.
for Adobe, I'm in Adobe calls, right? We're in a six, we're in a 370 call for Adobe, right? So Adobe right now is in an ascending triangle, right? So it's bullish. On the daily, it's bullish. On the weekly, I'm bullish. Okay. It broke day high. My target is 374.50. With following that is gonna be the next target is gonna be 376. So 376.50 followed by 380, right? So you're gonna see some type of rejection right up 370, 376.50 as well, right? So those are my target, right? Now on the 1 hour, we're at inside bar. So earlier, I cut my trade earlier because we broke the 15. I got back in. So now with that, my stop is gonna be 367.42. That's my stop on Adobe. Okay. That's my hard stop on Adobe. Right now, we're at 3-1. I'm looking for it to push to the upside. As far as that, we're having this level that it have to break. Okay. Um, and then that's it. And then we're also in a Microsoft call. Okay. So Adobe, we're inside where we have a 3-1 setup as well on a half an hour. So on all time frames, again, let me get some of these lines off. But I can't because these lines are my levels. Keep on doing that. Let me do this. So these lines are my levels right here. All right. We're creating an ascending triangle
Mm-hmm.
on the lower time frame, and even we're creating higher lows. Okay. So we have higher lows that's going on Adobe. We have an inside bar. We have a 3-1 setup on the 1 hour time frame. We have a 3 hour setup, 3-1 setup on the half an hour time frame, with the half an hour broke to the upside already. It came back down, but it broke to the upside. So now with that, I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame. With a 1 hour time frame, we have a new 1 hour candle that just started. My hard stop is gonna be the bottom of that 1 hour candle, the previous candle, which is 367.47. That's my hard stop, right? My target again is 374.50. That's the first target. Okay. So with that, I have a hard stop at 11 o'clock. I'm already over my time. With that, guys, if you have any questions, any concerns, I'm always live. I'm gonna be live tomorrow at 9:30. A lot of times I don't take no trades until 9:15. All right. So monitor your trades. Make sure you're monitoring your trades. Wherever you want to put your stop, put your stop. I'm also in a Microsoft call. I'm in a Microsoft call. What was the Microsoft call? Like 392.50.
I think so. Yeah, 392.50.
I'm in a 392.50 Microsoft call, and I'm in that at right now. I'm down 2% on that, right? So not down much on a Microsoft call. So if you get in, I'm down 2%. All right. So with that, target on Microsoft is going to be minimum day high, which is 392, followed by 392, followed by 395. 395 is going to be there. At least not 395, 394.65. If it breaks 394.65, this will run to $400. All right. All right, guys. So that's it for me today. I'll see y'all tomorrow.